which is not good. Loving excessively is not good for you, and hating excessively is not good for you. Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today I'd like to share with you on the matter of attachments, but more specifically how we should love and hate moderately. Okay, so growing up, I struggle a lot with attachments. When I really love someone, I really love them dearly to an extent that when they do something that disappoint me, it would affect me big time. But at the same time, I struggle with hating people as well. The moment I don't like that person, the moment hatred starts coming in, it's very hard to handle that anger, that anguish towards a person, which is not good. Loving excessively is not good for you, and hating excessively is not good for you as well. So on the matter of loving and hating, we know that those are all natural feelings in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with as human beings, right? That's why we're humans, we have feelings. And on top of that, we understand that our religion teaches us a lot on moderation, in which we need to have moderation in all things, right? And this also includes the matter of our feelings, the matter of loving and hating. So as I mentioned, I struggled a lot with attachments on loving and hating until there was this one very day where I came across this beautiful hadith, this beautiful narration of the Prophet ﷺ, which is from the book of Jami' at-Tirmidhi, where Abu Hurairah reported that the Prophet ﷺ said, أحبب حبيبك حونا ما عسى أن يكون بغيضك يوما ما وأبغض بغيضك حونا ما عسى أن يكون حبيبك يوما ما, which means love your loved one moderately, for perhaps he will be your hated one someday, and hate your hated one moderately, perhaps he will be your loved one someday. Definitely a beautiful hadith, and it is always a constant reminder when it comes to attachments, when it comes to love and hatred. And this very hadith is so profound that it will also always remind me of something that my mom would always say to me. In Malay, she'd say, jangan benci sangat, nanti suka pula. Jangan suka sangat, nanti benci pula. So basically it means for us to not love someone too much because you might hate them someday, and to not hate someone so much because you might end up loving them someday. So at first, when growing up, when I heard my mom saying these things, I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's just how parents would want to advise their children. But it was so immensely mind-blowing when it actually came from the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, mashallah. And I guess this hadith just speaks volumes. This hadith just says what it has to say, right? A great reminder on love and hatred. And I guess having these feelings of love and hatred, all these attachments in this life, teaches us a lot on loving, right? Or living for the sake of Allah and hating for the sake of Allah. So basically, when we talk about love, it's all about two things: loving the Creator and loving the creation. So the matter on loving moderately is so that when you love the creation, or when you love something, ensure that it is not greater than your love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ensure that your love for the creations, or your love for the blessings that Allah has given to you, does not divert you away from the straight path, does not divert you away from your love towards Allah. And as with the matter of hating moderately, this natural feeling inside of us, let it not become a purposeful desire for us wanting to hurt others because we feel so much for that hatred. So it is very important to love in moderation and hate in moderation for the sake of Allah, as reminded by our Prophet ﷺ in the hadith. So may we constantly remember through our attachments to only love in moderation, to only hate in moderation, and to always put Allah first in our heart, because He belongs there and He is the only thing that can actually be in your heart instead of anyone else, instead of anything else, because this world is designed to break you. This world and all of the creations has a tendency to disappoint you, but only Allah will never disappoint his servants, insyaAllah.